There was a video done by a good buddy of mine, Zach Humphreys. I'm sure you guys have heard of him. He's been talking about Shiba Inu longer than I have. And this video was actually talking about a very important question when it comes to Shiba Inu, and it was in relation to volume, and it was in relation to interest, and kind of questions, is Shiba Inu falling behind just a little bit? And I do want to talk about that in this video with you guys. And actually, the volume is something pretty easy to address, but I do think that there does need to be some sort of narrative that really gets things up and running once again. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So Shiba Inu, like we've talked about, still building that right shoulder. We're still trying to really get a good breach past this 20-day moving average and get moving once again. But what I will say is that we do need some oomph, all right? Right now, frankly, for meme coins in general, it's been pretty quiet. For Shiba Inu, it's been pretty quiet. We have been on a fundamental level doing pretty well. We're actually very close to 1.52 million holders, which again, we're setting new all-time holders every day, which is a very exciting sign. Even that in these quiet times where there isn't a whole lot going on, Shib is taking these steps forward. But the big question that Zach brought up was, why is Shiba Inu's volume so much lower than a lot of these other coins? For example, Dogecoin, $812 million in daily trading volume. Pepe, $540 million in daily trading volume. I mean, even Trump coin has $134 million in daily trading volume. And here Shib sits right at about 109. Now, in this video, there was a pretty distinct difference on these. Actually, Pepe and Doge were quite a bit higher, and it must have been from a time where things were a little bit more poppy and exciting and running. But, Shib volume compared to many of the other meme coins in the space, it has been pretty quiet. And I think there's actually a pretty good reason why this is. And what it has to do with is fundamentals. So Shiba Inu is very unique when it comes to fundamentals. Even something like Dogecoin kind of lacks this. Most Shiba Inu holders have bought and accumulated, and they're unwilling to unload. And actually, a really good thing that kind of shows this is this holding time of transacted coins. And we reference this quite often. And for the most part, what you're seeing is people that have been here short term kind of be the people that are unloading. Really, when we look at, again, that holder composition here, 79% of holders have held Shiba Inu for 1 year or longer. 20% of holders have held for 1 to 12 months. And I know we've referenced this a couple times recently, but what we're seeing for Shiba Inu is a lot of people just buying and holding and doing nothing. Guys, I'm one of those people. When I buy Shib, it ain't moving around. It's not getting traded daily. We don't have a ton of wash volume. And you can't say the same for a lot of these other meme coins. A lot of people are taking advantage of a lot of these quick flips in the market. For example, something like Pepe. Pepe, take a look at this holder timeshare. All right. I don't know why they call it that. That's weird. 38% of holders have held for 1 year or longer. 56% of holders have held between 1 to 12 months. Guys, Pepe has been around since 2023. It's had plenty of opportunity to climb the ranks in this regard. It hasn't. If we look at something like Dogecoin, which has been around even longer than Shiba Inu, I couldn't find the breakdown, but it does not have that long of an average hold time. Shiba Inu is one of the longest average held assets in the crypto market. And it's because you have this huge conviction in terms of holders. You have a cult-like mentality, which is a good thing if you want to take steps forward. And what I will say here is right now, apart from a lot of this fast trading in the market, things have been pretty darn quiet overall. We've kind of been cemented in this, $5, $6, $7 billion range in daily trading volume. Shib has been quite small because nobody wants to play a game and lose their hold on their asset. Just to give you guys kind of a little bit of an optic comparison, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Pepe coin, Pengu. Obviously, I had to get rid of Pepe itself because of the meme. That volume is always incredibly high. But you guys can see a very consistent theme here, and that is that Shib, as far as optics go, has still remained pretty darn high. In fact, we had that massive spike back on, what was that, May 16th? Yeah, May 16th. In fact, right now, on today, July 5th, Shiba Inu actually leads these 4 assets in terms of global search volume. So it's not like Shib is really struggling per se. Would I like to see more volume? Yes, absolutely. But at the same time, I understand what Shib does. I've been around long enough to know how Shiba Inu acts. When the times get poppy, Shib volume skyrockets. when we look back at these runs here or this run back that we experienced in February through March, SHIB was surging to multiple billions of dollars in daily trading volume. In fact, it led a lot of meme coins in terms of trading activity. It's because things were popping. Adoption was taking place. It was exciting. Things are boring. There's not much going on right now, and it sucks. I'm sure you guys can agree. I'm ready for things to start popping off and understand that, again, it all comes back to sentiment. We need sentiment in the market to get better. That will drive accumulation. That will drive volume. And that is what can bring about adoption. That is how Shiba Inu continues to take these steps forward. Now, what I will say is that SHIB does need a little bit of a push to stay relevant. All right, I'm not saying it's irrelevant right now. I'm not saying it's dead or anything like that. But there are certain narratives that exist from other meme coins in the space. Can't tell you what, I can't remember what Pudgy's is, but that's obviously, that's obviously, I don't know why I'm calling it Pudgy, Pengu. There's a pretty big talk surrounding Pengu right now. Fartcoin has obviously been pretty loud as of late. Trump meme coin, since obviously the new administration took over. Pepe has obviously been loud for quite some time. Doge, obviously with the connection to Elon, right? But Shiba Inu is kind of, I don't want to say lost its narrative, but it's just gotten pretty quiet. I think part of this has been the distraction from the ecosystem. Could they still do good things? Absolutely. Even Zach mentioned the connection to Trump and revenue with Shiba Inu itself here. And you guys can obviously check out his video if you want. I don't want to get too much into the weeds here. But there are ways that Shiba Inu can do what it's never done before. I still think SHIB has a huge opportunity this cycle. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people because it is so quiet right now in the space that when it does start running, because of the fundamentals, it's really going to be a sight to behold. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.